Good morning. Happy Friday. Welcome to your 3 card pull for the collective. I pulled a few cards, as I said. I meditated on them. There's a lot of interesting energies floating through the air, and Venus wanted me to use this vintage wisdom oracle deck again. It's very dreamy, very magical, very nature, love, romance. It's what I often will use for a love reading and a love spread. So I hope you enjoy it. We'll start with our first card. The first card I pulled was Perception. Now, this card is absolutely beautiful with all this red. And she's standing upon a stage. But this card isn't necessarily about the perception that you would think it is. It's more about how you perceive your intuition, the ways in which you receive your messages, and the ways in which it affects how you live your life and make your decisions. And often we find ourselves on that stage and we're wearing that mask and putting on that show for other people, to please other people. And we're disregarding our own intuition and the messages that it's sending us. We're not listening to our heart. We're just kind of going along with the passion and the energy, and that can be very good. And sometimes we want to take a step back from that stage even and be able to observe and remember that we shouldn't get too wrapped up, but it's okay to follow those feelings, to follow those emotions. But just remember that it's all about your perception, and observe those feelings that are coming in, that perhaps they may be coming from others. Perhaps they're something that you don't need to get involved in. You don't need to feed into that drama. But you always need to listen to your intuition. You always need to follow your heart. One of my favorite songs says, "You are not the dance, but you are the dancer." So it's, there's this beautiful music in life, and just remember that everything that we perceive and everything that comes at us is all based on how we view it. So if you want to look at everything from your heart space, from your intuition, then you will be happy. If you're constantly following your heart, you will be happy. And just always remember that. Because sometimes other people have their own mask that they're wearing, and their sadness and their fear, and they're not listening to their intuition, and they're being guided by that outer chaos. And remember that it is not yours to take in. You can observe them and you can see what's happening with them. But please, lovelies, don't take that into your own energetic field. Next we have Discernment. And again, this card says to us that we need to remember to use that discernment, to listen to that intuition, to listen to our wisdom of, what we know about ourselves and what we've experienced in our life, and how, we can use these to guide us down this path. But we still need to be mindful of those outer influences. The crows are here to say, there are certain things that can dissuade you from going down the right path. And if you're not using your discernment, if you're not protecting yourself from those negative influences, you can make the wrong choice. I don't always believe that you will make the wrong choice. I think the universe guides you where you're supposed to go. But I always want to say err on that side of caution, and listen to your wisdom. Listen to those intuitive hits. Look out for those crows. They're asking you to level up, to change, to look at the big picture, to use that intuition more than you've been using it now. And again, we saw that in our perception card, that perhaps you're letting that outer chaos of the world, the things you hear, the things you see from other people, to just come right in and completely overwhelm you. And You don't need to do that. You have that ability to use discernment. You have that ability to take all of that information in. Like I said, observe and some of that you can even take in and you can transmute that to knowledge and gifts and wisdom for yourself, as long as you're using that discernment, as long as you're thinking about, why is this happening? How can this help me? And is this for me, or is this just somebody else's junk that I don't want to put into my baggage? I have enough of my own. I've gone through my own life choices. I've done the spiritual work for myself, and I'd hate for you to, take a step back in that. So just keep looking forward, just keep focusing on the positive, and just keep listening to your heart and listening to your intuition. And here I get this message too that, her crown chakra is open. So it's your divine, your higher self has that wisdom for you too. And your ancestors, and there's certain things that are written in the stars, decisions that are fated and destined for you. But just listen to those whispers, listen to those callings. And sometimes here, you can sit with your trusted friends and you can sit with your trusted advisors and you can listen to your higher self and collaborate and commiserate and come up with a choice that is the best one for you. Like we said in the perception card, don't rush in with that fire, that passion, that energy, and use it to make rash decisions. Follow your heart slowly. Let those intuitions come in. Let that crow medicine allow you to transform in a way that's good and healthy and useful for you, so that you can weed everything out as you're moving through these energies. And finally, we have this beautiful card of freedom. We see another bird with a dove, and that's just representative of purity of mind and that the dove can fly off anywhere that she wants to go. And in this card, to me it speaks of limiting beliefs. And some of those limiting beliefs, again, can go back to that perception card. We're listening too much to what other people are saying. We're not using our discernment. We're taking in too much information. It's clouding our thoughts. It's bogging us down. It's holding us back. Maybe perhaps we're talking too much to ourselves. We're being too critical. We're putting ourselves up on that stage and we're giving ourselves a bad review. So remember that you can release yourself from these limiting beliefs simply by engaging in your spiritual freedom. That has the freedom to take you anywhere. She's got this background here. It looks dark, but she's using her spiritual awareness, her levels of perception, her love for herself to free herself from anything of the past that no longer serves her. And she's floating off into this beautiful new future. She feels that she's trapped only by something physical here, but she can completely free herself if she allows her mind to wander, if she opens herself up to learning new things, to learning more about herself, and perhaps she'll discover that she's really already free. There's that freedom in finding yourself, that freedom in being able to trust that your mind is pure and, you're getting these messages that are meant for you. You're getting this intuition, you can dream about the possibilities of the future. That's unlimited freedom. Perhaps these things that you think that are trapping you, maybe you can release yourself from them just by, listening to your higher power, listening to your higher self, and allowing your heart to lead you. Because maybe those things that are trapping you, it's just from a fear-based perspective. It's those dark clouds are, maybe they're not really there. So if today you've felt like you can't be free because you're afraid to face those inner thoughts, to face that heart, let go. Allow yourself to be fully free. And have a beautiful weekend.